sports. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's how we roll. It's wins and losses, highs and lows. It's effort, respect, and dedication. The High School Sports Beat. Sports. It's who we are.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the High School Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. We continue our look back at some of the stories we covered over the last 9 years, beginning this week with a profile on the Aquinas Boys basketball team, the 2012 Section V champs that featured 4 Division I athletes in their senior season. We talked to them in February 2012, a week after a huge win over Bishop Kearney at the Blue Cross Arena. Here's Bill Palco.
A couple of days after the event, the Aquinas Boys basketball team was attempting a return to normalcy, which was difficult in the wake of a game none present will ever forget.
The energy was insane. The nerves before the game was crazy, and the hype. There was a lot of hype. We went in at 6, and there was a line all the way out the door at 6 o'clock, and that got everyone excited. On the bus, everyone was yelling on the bus, but it was unbelievable. It was fun.
Is there any feeling that maybe, though, too much is put on one game during the season when you get into a situation like that?
I don't think so. I think that when you have an opportunity like this as a high school athlete, these are the games you dream about as a kid growing up. And it's not for a sectional title, or it's not for a state title, or a sectional game or anything like that. But when you have an opportunity like this to go out and play in front of a lot of people. This is like going to other states in a regular high school basketball game. They got 4,000 or 5,000 people. And LeBron played in front of how many people every night? For these kids to have that opportunity to play in front of all these people, and for people to come in and just watch basketball. There's nothing else going on. It's just a basketball game. People are sitting and watching, enjoying the game. I'm happy these guys got an opportunity to do it.
Christian White and a school record-tying 7 3-pointers fueled an 18-point come-from-behind victory over Bishop Kearney, made possible largely by the presence of 11 seniors on the Aquinas roster. And you guys, there's 11 of you, and you've been through a lot together, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. Some of us have grown up together, playing basketball on the same travel teams and young CYO teams together, and I think that's helped us, create a type of a brotherhood.
A brotherhood that includes 4 headed to D1 college programs next year. The Kearney game came the same day Jerron Jones formally accepted a football scholarship to Notre Dame. You made the Notre Dame commitment and you had the big basketball game. That was some day for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an amazing day. I look back, it's probably one of the best days of my life. Not many people get that opportunity, so I'm just trying to make the best of it. Staying humble, working as hard as I can, getting better each and every day, and it's making me a better person each and every day also.
Jamal Pardner will play football at Pitt, Phil Valenti basketball at Canisius, and White, he's headed to West Long Beach downstate. You're going to kill at Monmouth?
I hope to. I'm looking forward to going there. I'm actually going there this coming weekend to go watch them play. I'm looking forward to doing that. I just want to get better, and I just want to play. That's the main thing. I just want to play basketball.
Phil and Christian are obviously going to Division I schools. We have some other guys that are going to football, Division I schools. We have football players that have won sectional and state titles. So that's helped us, I think, as a team too, that experience and that success. But that's what we're bringing it in. just as a group, they've won a lot of games. I know Phil Valenti scored his 1,000th point the other night, which is obviously a great achievement for him. And as a group, we're still going. We're looking for more. I mean, we're not satisfied with beating Kearney, and we have some goals ahead still.
Jaron Jones spent this season playing in the XFL, while Jamal Pardner played in the Alliance of American Football last year. Christian White played hoops for Syracuse and Pace, while Phil Valenti had a stellar career at Canisius and even suited up for the Rochester Razor Sharks. Well, coming up next, Matt Trabold joins us on the High School Notebook. Well, that and more when the High School Sports Beat continues. And hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to the High School Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. It is time now for the High School Notebook, and joining us once again, it is Matt Trabold. Matt, thanks for hopping on board.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, let's start off talking about some postseason accolades from, granted, a very short season, but some local guys getting some cred for their lacrosse skills.
Yeah, so when the D1 College Lacrosse All-American teams came out recently for the Inside Lacrosse Maverick Media poll, one of the two big polls out there with the coaches poll. So 3 Rochesterians found their names on that first team, that top team, that highest honor. The biggest no-brainer pick of that bunch was defending first-team All-American Yale faceoff specialist from Victor, TD Ierlan. Over the past 2 seasons, Albany, and now he's at Yale after the transfer. Came in, he already achieved, coming into this senior season, basically every face-off specialist NCAA record out there. Then he got one more early as a senior in the Michigan game this season, his senior campaign, grabbing the NCAA record. I think in the game he went 25 for 27 at the face-off X, absurd. And that gave him another NCAA record for career face-off wins over Denver's Trevor Baptiste a couple years ago. Second one, then there's another repeat first-team All-American in Virginia long stick midi from Pittsburgh, Jared Connors, top 50 in the country this season in ground balls, plus had 3 goals in 6 games before the season was unfortunately ended due to concerns for coronavirus. And this is a position for 3 goals in 6 games is actually a pretty big deal because that long stick midi position with the long pole, you don't see a lot of goals coming out of there. And then a pleasant surprise of sorts in this trio was Syracuse midfielder from Victor, Jamie Trimboli. He took a real national relevance leap this season from great, big-time ACC Syracuse there to that really top rung of the sport across all conferences, just overall, that overarching. 23rd in the nation in goal scoring average, 27th nationally in shot percentage, 5 big goals against top 10 Army West Point. The last poll of the regular season, before everything closed up, Syracuse has won the land, their best season a little bit. I mean, making an All-American first team this season is an even bigger honor because the Tewaaraton Trophy, which is the Heisman of lacrosse, it's not being awarded this year, so other accolades are really big. All 3 of these guys could be first or second round picks in the Premier Lacrosse League college draft in mid-May. Was supposed to be April 21st, got pushed back because of everything. And then the mock draft on the official PLL website has TD Ierlan going first overall. So hopefully a big lacrosse future for those guys.
That's great. It speaks volumes, too, about the level of talent that comes out of Section 5 and goes on to that next upper level of college lacrosse. Talking about talent in Section 5, looking to go to college, a kid from East starting to get some notices out there.
In my opinion, East High boys basketball had 2 future D1 sophomores this past season. One of them currently in a very promising period of his recruiting, head coach's son, Damani Barley. He has an older brother who's also head coach's son that started with him in the backcourt, and Kaori Barley. But Damani, 6'3" point guard, visually jaw-dropping wingspan when you watch this kid. It really is absurd. That really helps him clog up passing lanes on defense, attack the rim on offense. Since a great showing last summer in grassroots ball, he had garnered a lot of interest from MAC teams, from MAAC schools, while also taking an unofficial visit to UConn into winter. So obviously a little bit of a more high-profile interest there. But recently got his first actual D1 offer from Siena for a lot of perimeter shooting production, plus length, athleticism, coordination. it really allowed him to routinely hit circus shots through the defense that you would really usually only see in a game of horse. That's a big talent for him. This is a very unique talent coming out of this area. I hope for the best for him, and there's going to be a lot more D1 offers coming his way soon.
All right, Matt, great stuff as always. Looking forward to see what happens next. And we are back with more of the High School Sports Beat right after this. Coming up next, the Making the Grade nominee with Kyle O'Gara, and later, a historic girls matchup when Penfield meets Gates Chi-Line. We'll have that story when the High School Sports Beat returns.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching the High School Sports Beat. I'm Kyle O'Gara.
Making the grade this week is Wayne Central Junior Aubrey Runkle. Aubrey runs varsity indoor track for the Eagles and has been on the team for the last 4 years. In that time, Aubrey has won the 300-meter, 600-meter, and the 4x4 relay in sectionals. Aubrey was also named Most Outstanding Female Track Athlete in Class B and holds the record for the 5th fastest 600-meter time in Section 5 history. In the classroom, Aubrey holds an impressive 95% average. This week, Aubrey Runkle is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them into mtg@rocksportsnow.com. Now here's Dave in the McArdle Section 5 Spotlight.
Thanks, Kyle. Here's how some of the athletes, teams, and coaches are handling quarantine in this week's Section 5 Spotlight, brought to you by McArdle's in Fairport. Come home to McArdle's.
McArdle's is open for takeout and delivery with DoorDash and Grubhub every day of the week. Visit our website, eatatmcardles.com.
Newark girls softball coach Trevor Gage, who also is a physical education instructor, has an idea to keep your kids in shape.
Good. Okay, we're going to 2 feet jumps where the arrows go, okay? Spin. Follow it and spin. Follow it and spin. All right, good. There you go. Good.
The Wayne girls lacrosse team is doing the hashtag Front Porch Challenge and staying strong and positive. In Leroy, golf coach Amy Brotherton pulled together the efforts of current and past Awaken Night golfers to do this cool video in honor of the Missing Masters Moving Day. If your team or school would like to share their quarantine activities, workouts, or challenges, just let us know. Tag @HighSchoolSportsBeat on social media. Well, coming up next, we're going to look at a great high school hoops matchup between Penfield and Gates Chi-Line. Well, that one when the High School Sports Beat continues.
Came now to Eichel. He floated one.
Well, welcome back, and thanks once again for joining us on the High School Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Girls basketball in the 2011-2012 season came down to the same matchup as the year before, with Penfield and Gates Chi-Line meeting for the title. For March of 2012, here's Brian Mazurowski.
It was easily the most anticipated game of the girls' basketball season. After a controversial championship game in 2011, Gates Chi-Line and Penfield would meet in a rematch that both teams have been waiting the whole year for.
I think it's the golden age of girls athletics right now. I heard it was a sellout. People were excited, but honestly, this thing's been built up for a year. As much as we try not to talk about it, everywhere you went, it was going to be you and Gates. So it's kind of an event.
It was clear when the game started that the matchup would not disappoint. Gates got the first points of the game, but the Patriots answered. It was a trend that would continue throughout the quarter.
I think we learned a lot from last year's game, where we were like, let's try to win it. This year we figured we got to make plays down the stretch. And it's not about stopping them, it's about scoring baskets.
A couple of jumpers from Michelle Nesselbush helped give Penfield the 16-13 lead after one quarter. Penfield extended their lead to 4 points early in the second, but the Spartans would respond. Charnel Glover gave Gates the lead with just over 2 minutes remaining in the half.
So what's the mood on the bench at that time?
I mean, we knew coming in that it was going to be a game of runs, and we just couldn't get discouraged when Gates was getting ahead. We just had to keep playing tough defense, and then we know we'd get it back.
The Spartans wouldn't let Penfield get their lead back easily, though, as a bucket and free throw by Corey Bain-Walker gave Gates a 24-22 halftime lead. The lead at the half wasn't the only victory for Gates. They held Penfield's leading scorer, Margot Hetzke, scoreless in the first half.
We were taking away the lane more. Obviously, we held Margot she didn't score in the first half, and that was one of our goals. So I think the kids executed that well, and we were trying to force them to shoot, and they weren't hitting. So that worked out well for us.
If you don't have anything, come through, set a back screen on Margot's kid and go. But let's think about this. Don't let what's going on out there shut everything out, all right? Okay? Inside out approach on offense. Guys, you got 16 minutes and it's a brand new game. You're starting down 2. Big whoop. We can get that in 2 seconds, all right? But now it's time to start playing Penfield basketball. Take what's there. Take what the defense gives you, and trust me, this defense will give you a lot. Trust. 1, 2, 3. Yes!
Penfield came out of the half with a clear plan for victory.
I think that even with everyone saying, oh, she has 0 points, Margot's got 0 points, it really had nothing to do with the outcome. It had nothing to do with how we went into the second half. Yeah, we had a comment about, okay, let's try to get it inside a little bit more, but that was even more for, we got to get it inside so we can get free throws, because we have goals every game. It's this many free throws we want to take, we want this many offensive rebounds, that kind of thing. So it wasn't more directed at me, it was directed as a team, like, get it to Lucy, get it to Michelle, anyone cutting, anyone in the paint. We just need paint game, because what if our jumpers don't fall at the end?
While Gates looked to execute better in the second half.
What was your message to him?
Well, I didn't think we played too well in the first half. We missed a lot of wide open layups and a lot of jump shots, so I kind of played off of that a little bit if we'd be up by a little bit more. And unfortunately, we still continue to miss a little bit, and they started making some, so that kind of put us in a hole.
The third quarter was highlighted by a flurry of points from both teams, where Sierra Dillard and Deonna Johnson put down the threes for Gates, while Hetzke and Michelle Nesselbush made long-range shots for the Patriots, who were able to keep their cool in the game's most exciting moments.
The difference is we have a bunch of kids on every single person on the team. After every single one of those plays, it was like, guys, one more. Just focus on this stop right now. We're in the present, and that's been our theme the whole year. Coach is constantly telling us, stay in the moment, stay in the moment. What just happened doesn't matter. Megan Malloy is always like, hey, guys, it just happened. Let it go, make a play.
Penfield survived the third quarter with the lead and were still up by just 3 with a minute to play. But a three-pointer by Sheila Nesselbush forced Gates to take Penfield to the free throw line.
Hit 4 for 4 down the stretch. Our 2 captains each hit 2. It was clutch because Gates can score fast. So just by scoring those, kept making it a 3-possession game, then a 4-possession game. Then when about 14 seconds ago, I was like, we're going to win.
A 63-52 victory that improves their record to 21-0. But they're not done yet.
never said sectionals was our ultimate goal, and we certainly never said the state qualifier was the ultimate goal. So we just want to keep advancing. And if we play good team defense and share the ball like we did today, I think we got a good chance.
Well, we'd like to thank the athletes, teams, and coaches in Section 5. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Take care, and please be safe.